Wireless microphones are a great tool both in and out of the studio, but they can be expensive and they also have their own issues. However, there are alternatives that can not only be cheaper but also don't suffer from wireless problems. In this video I'll show you how I came to find a few alternatives to the wireless mics that you may not have thought of. Now when I'm in the studio I use a lapel mic and it's connected to my Sennheiser wireless system. This consists of the transmitter here, which the microphone plugs into there. This transmits a signal which goes to my base station, which is over there, and this picks up the radio signal and then outputs the audio into the camera. Now this arrangement works very well and it allows me to move around without having to worry about getting tangled up in wires, pulling something out, maybe damaging the microphone or the camera. However, last summer I needed to do a piece about a monopod, which meant I had to film outside and away from the camera. So I couldn't use the camera's internal mic because that's just too noisy, and I couldn't use a camera mounted shotgun mic because I was going to be too far away from the camera. Now because my current wireless mic uses a base station which is powered by the mains, I couldn't use that either because there was going to be no power where I was filming. So I had a choice. I either had to buy a new wireless system that used a battery powered transmitter and receiver, all of which are pretty expensive, or I could use something else. Now back in the old days, before we used camcorders with built-in audio, cameras just recorded the visual element and the sound was recorded onto tape separately. Today we've replaced the tape machines with much smaller solid-state devices, but the principle remains the same. The microphone is connected to a portable audio recorder which you carry around with you in the same way as you do with a wireless transmitter. So you're recording all the audio as you move around. All you have to do to make this work is to make sure that both the camera and the audio recorder are set to record at around the same time. Then in the edit, the audio and the visuals are synchronized together. Another advantage of this method is that you're not limited by the range of a radio signal and you don't have to worry about radio interference problems either. Now the setup I ended up using on the monopod shoot was my iPhone 5 and an Audio-Technica ATR 3350 powered lapel mic. The iPhone and other smartphones can work really well as an audio recorder. There are loads of apps available which will do the job of recording your audio. The one I use on the iPhone is the iRig Recorder by IK Multimedia. This is a free app. It allows you to adjust the record levels. It has a visual meter to check that the external mic is plugged in and working, and that it's not too loud or too quiet. And once you've recorded your audio, you can export it via iTunes, FTP, Wi-Fi, or to a SoundCloud account. Now, whilst the iPhone did a good job, I did notice there were some problems. The biggest of these is if you put the battery box of the microphone near the iPhone. For example, if you put them both in your pocket when you're using it. On the actual recording, you could hear a rapid clicking noise in the background. Now this turns out to be interference coming from the iPhone, which has been induced into the electronics in the little battery box of the microphone. Now in the end, I had to separate them by putting the iPhone in my sock and the battery box in my pocket. That worked okay, but it's not really the best solution. The other issue is that because of the iPhone's touch screen, it's all too easy to do something you don't want to when you're handling it, when you're putting it in your pocket, for example, or in my case, putting it down my sock. So after I did this, I started to look around for something which was made specifically for the job. This can range from voice dictation devices up to multiple input field recorders. One that I did find that looked quite good was a voice recorder made by Sony, which is the ICDUX522. It's quite cheap at around £55 or $85. It's small and lightweight and you can save your files to a micro SD card, or you can plug it into your USB port and get access to your recordings that way. A couple of things to watch for with these dictation recorders, and one is that they do take an external mic because not all of them can do. And another thing to do is also try and get one with a manual gain control or have the ability to turn off the automatic gain control or AGC when you're recording. Now I didn't buy one of Sony's because in the end I bought one of these. This is a Zoom H4n audio recorder. It's bigger than both the iPhone and the Sony, but it can still be placed in a pocket out of the way. The only thing that's really missing on this is a belt clip, although I'm sure you could use a small pouch or something similar to attach it to yourself in some way. Now, the great thing about these is that you have a high quality, low noise input section that could not only take microphones with a 3.5mm socket like the lapel mics, but in the case of the Zoom H4n, it has two XLR inputs, so they can be used with any professional microphones like shotgun mics, boom mics and condenser mics, and other audio equipment that uses XLR connections. They record directly onto a standard SD card, so your recording time is only limited by that of the card's capacity. They also have a built-in speaker, so you can review what you've just recorded. And the headphone socket can also be used to monitor the audio input as it's been recorded to make sure that your levels are actually okay. The only thing that bugs me about the Zoom H4n is that the 3.5mm mic socket is mounted on the back of the device, and that means that the plug and the lead stick out, when I think it really should have been mounted on either the top or the bottom like on the iPhone. Audio recorders like this also have full control of the input levels. They have compressors and limiters and EQ which help maintain the high quality recording and stop unwanted distortion from unexpected loud speech or noises. These type of recorders are available from around about $100 upwards, although the Zoom H4n was about £200, which is around about $300. So whilst these are not super cheap, they can give you a very good audio, and they can be used as the center of your audio recording with other types of microphone and XLR equipment. And with ones like this Zoom, which have the built-in stereo mics, they also give you a very good quality sound recorder too, with much better quality audio than you would get from the microphones that are built into most video cameras. So that's it. By using a small portable audio recorder, you don't have to use an expensive microphone system if you want to be free of those pesky wires. If you enjoyed this video, then please rate and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions as to what you think might make a good wireless alternative, then please leave them in the comments box below. If you think someone would benefit from this video, then please share it with them. So until the next time, my name's Paul Shillito. See you later. Bye. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Testing 1, 2. Ooh, you're still here. If you are and you're interested in some more videos, there's some more down here. Now, let me try this thing out again.
Stop yakking and get on with some work, will you?
Cheeky bugger.